And greetings to you. Welcome in. Welcome into Everything Money. Often imitated, never duplicated. I think our numbers show that. I'm back. I muted it. So let me tell you why I was on mute. I was on mute because we were recording the 100,000 rolling over and I forgot to unmute it. So welcome in Monday morning. Let's see. I often say, often imitated, never duplicated. And it's true. I mean, look at what all of us together, we've gotten to 100,000 subscribers together. And that's better. That better? Is that better? Is that better? Say yes or no if that's better. But anyways, let me continue. We've gotten to 100,000 subscribers together. And here's the thing. We have a contrarian view against the world, which is unbelievable. We have a contrarian view against the world, and we've gotten to this level. We have people that are just hyping, telling everybody what they want to hear, and you know, that's it. So, Seth, I got your call. I just unmuted it. So, that's it. Let's get at it. An EM to the moon. So, it's funny. I talked about the moon last week. We're going to go to the real moon. So, where do we want to start today? Where do we want to start today? Where do we want to start? Let's start with the Apple ID. Guys, The Apple ID, they want to put your digital identification card on your phone. And it's interesting. There's a lot of people that are not happy about this because if you go at the angle of, are they just, the question becomes, are they just trying to sell iPhones? Probably, but let's see what they're going to do. So Apple is making U.S. states foot part of the bill, and people are upset about this because it's coming off the taxpayer. But I mean, I guess you can look at it in different ways because you're looking at it saying it is a government ID. I don't know, but it's going to provide customers with support to have digital identification cards on their phones. Companies require states to maintain the systems needed to issue service and credentials, hire project managers, respond to Apple inquiries. There's a lot of different things that the governments are going to have to be paying for to get this thing going down. Features are going to include this, so they're going to be more safe. Allegedly, Face IDs could cut down on fraud. Well, here we go. The 7-page memorandum of agreement obtained through the public record requests from CNBC and other sources mostly portrays Apple as having a high degree of control over the government agencies responsible for issuing ID cards. Georgia and Arizona will be the first states to have them in their wallet. If you're from Georgia or Arizona, please let me know when you get that because I'm super excited to see how this is going to go. I love Apple ID. I use it for, well, basically anything that I can use it for. My dream in life is to get rid of my wallet because I do not like wallets. I've never liked wallets. I think they're dumb. You have everything. We're in the 21st century. It's 2021. Why are we still carrying around these things that they carried around when we wrote the frickin' Constitution? It's like a vendor relationship, which makes no. This is where the person has the view against Apple going with this. It's like a vendor relationship, which makes no sense to me because it's the states that have the monopoly on what they're giving up to Apple. They could presumably negotiate a much better contract instead of them having to pay for everything. I don't know of another example where government-owned systems and identity credentials were made available for commercial purposes in any manner. The person that wrote this article states that they could start coming down with it's just going to be all about iPhone sales and whatnot. Android's going to get clipped out and so on and so forth. I lose sleep over my wallet. It would be wonderful if I could just walk around all day and all I'd have to have is my phone and my Burt's Bees. No technology can replace Burt's Bees. IBM and Amazon. Amazon is just partnering with everybody. Let's talk about this Rivian thing real quick. I want to divert. So somebody texted me, a friend of mine texted me over the weekend. He goes, what do you think about the Rivian valuation of $113 billion or wherever the hell it's going to open up today? And I said, yeah, it makes sense to me. I think I like it. So your CEO of your company comes out the other day and says, we're going to lose $1.28 billion in the fourth quarter. Okay. We're not going to make a profit for a very long time. Okay. We don't have any cars. Okay. We only have the capacity to make 150,000 cars per year, and the majority of those cars are going to be Amazon delivery trucks. Okay, sounds good. Stock market, $113 billion valuation. CEO, you guys nailed it. Thanks for getting me rich. Mic drop, guy leaves. If you think that this is normal, I'm sure that you don't because you're sitting here watching this channel. But if you think this is normal, I just don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what to tell you. Oh, but they have the potential. Okay, well, if they have the potential, they still need to be worth more than GM and Ford. I mean, sheesh. IBM and Amazon. So Amazon, I brought that up because Amazon's partnering with IBM to extend the data reach for tools for oil companies. So I never even thought of this. IBM and Amazon said Monday that they would work together to extend the reach of tools for oil companies to manage disparate types of data. Okay. Technology is being used industry-wide, open source, and only... So I guess this makes perfect sense. Amazon is working on their cloud, and they're trying to get their cloud as big as they possibly can get it. So what are they going to do? They're going to go and get all these oil companies. I guess we don't realize how much... You don't realize how... You don't have a concept of how complicated the energy grid is until you actually start looking at it. So they're going to get into the wind. They're going to get into the solar. They're going to get into all types of energy. So go check it out. We did an IBM video. Man, I don't even remember when it was, but it was a good video. I can't remember where we priced it, but I would not be surprised. I have no idea. I would not be surprised if IBM could be close to a value play right now. Let's see here. In Saudi Arabia, we don't carry wallets anymore. We have digital IDs through a government app. It's convenient. Yep. I hear you. I made a video on Rivian. Yeah, well. All right. The Fed is losing credibility over its inflation narrative, Mohamed El-Arian says. I think the Fed is losing credibility / lost credibility. I've argued this is really important to reestablish the credible voice of inflation, and it has a massive institutional, political, and social impacts. Very true. He said that people shouldn't forget that those on low incomes are hardest hit by rising consumer prices, of course. Jerome Powell previously said that he expects inflation conditions to persist into next year and conceded it's frustrating. Well, definitely. The consumer, okay, 6.2% inflation, transitory, not transitory. We have an ample evidence that there are behavioral changes going on, El-Arian said. Companies are charging higher prices, and there's more to come. Supply disruptions are lasting longer than anybody anticipated, and they're going to keep lasting. I mean, who was I talking with last night? I was talking with Paul's dad last night, and we were talking about the supply chain issues. If you start rolling into, look at the debt problems that you're having in China. And it's because they were building these ghost cities, and they were literally sending people to work in cities, build buildings, brand new, and nobody lived there because they just wanted people to work. And now it's coming for the time where they built the properties and they can't pay for the properties. So this is where you're getting a lot of this incredible debt that you're seeing out of China. That's going to lead to a lot of people laying off people, more supply chain issues. This is just a terrible, terrible domino effect that can just continue moving on down the line. So I think that people are still underestimating these supply chain issues that are going to persist into next year and maybe 2023. I don't think people are taking this seriously enough. Just look at California and what you have going on in the shipyards and the neighborhoods around the shipyards. It's truly incredible. Go on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you want to watch short videos that 16-year-old girls post and look at it. And I mean, they do tons of drone flyovers and such. It's really crazy. So that's that. Oh, and he said the most appropriate response would be to accelerate the pace of tapering in December and speed it up, and everything will be going on 2023 until a normal economy. It's possible. It's possible that it goes on longer. You have to remember, the longer they delay this, longer it's going to push out. So they're saying that it's going to be mid-2022, but nothing has happened to push on the mid-2000. Nothing's been getting better. It's only been getting worse. So it's just delaying that mid-2022. All right. Anyways. Michael Burry says he thinks that Elon Musk just wants to sell his stock. What is this? Well, I remember what he said. He basically said that he said that he just wants him to sell his stock, and that is it. He doesn't want to do it because of any other reason except that he wants out at kind of maybe a top, and there's no other reason for it. And he's just using all of this other thing as a guise. Now, this was amazing. I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. This is funny. Musk taunts Sanders, suggests he'll sell more stock. So Bernie Sanders tweeted, "We must demand that extremely wealthy pay their fair share." And Elon Musk responded, I keep forgetting that you're still alive. Want me to sell more stock, Bernie? Just say the word. And then he never responded. Bernie is not a taker. Bernie is a taker, not a maker. That's what he said. So I'm telling you what, guys, Elon Musk is just an incredible human being. I love him, hate him. You got to watch him. That's really what it comes down to. Love him, hate him. You got to watch him. Anyways, the metaverse is investable and it's going to be big. So this is some tech billionaire. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about this metaverse now that a little more information has come out. The so-called metaverse has big-time investment case, according to Puerto Rican billionaire Orlando Bravo. The metaverse is the next frontier, just like social media was when we got started. Dozens of other companies, including Microsoft, Roblox, Nvidia, Britain's Improbable, are trying to build the software and hardware that could power the metaverse. Remember, what's his name? Who's the guy? Who's the guy that runs Facebook? Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg said he doesn't foresee this happening to full capacity for another decade. So it's nice that a lot of these companies are starting to get involved now, but let's see how much they're actually getting involved before we start moving. Bravo is also bullish on crypto, and he owns an undisclosed amount of Bitcoin. How could you not love Bitcoin or crypto, whatever he said? That's it. That's all the news I have for you today. Follow us on Instagram at TraderMo_EM, at Paul Gabriel, at Seth Kirchanan. Let's see. What else do we have? What's the market doing this morning? I haven't even looked. It's up. The huge Burger King parent buy Firehouse subs for bill. Wow. Well, that's nice. This was actually a good interview. A-Rod, this A-Rod interview that he did with Yahoo Finance, that was pretty good. The 10-year has ticked up basically, it's gone up 13 basis points since last week on the 10-year. Guys, that's not normal, FYI. Lucid reports today. Hell yeah. Lucid reports today. Walmart reports tomorrow. Home Depot tomorrow. What else do we have tomorrow? Nothing. Let's see, Wednesday. Ooh, NVIDIA, Cisco, Baidu, Lowe's, Sonos. That's disrupted. TJ Maxx, well, TJX. Alibaba reports Thursday. Oh, Alibaba's now a hype stock. I've been alerted that Alibaba is a hype stock. So I don't think that even hype people, hype dorks, you don't even understand what a hype stock means. Hype stock doesn't mean that people are excited about it and everybody's investing in it. It doesn't mean it's a popular stock. A hype stock, and I could just be spitballing here, a hype stock is a company that doesn't make any money, that loses money hand over fist, that has no data to look at, and you just think that it's going to go to the moon. I'm sorry, just because Alibaba is a popular stock that people are noticing doesn't mean it's a hype stock. They're in a very good financial position, unlike the other ones that you're gonna end up sitting curled up in a ball in the fetal position on Christmas because you can't afford any toys for your kids, and you're going to be eating baked beans out of a bucket. Anyways, let's scroll up here. Join Everything Money. $29 a month gets you all the software access. If you want to join me in the Bid and Ask Nation, you can't. Just kidding. You can. This is going to refresh on its own. I could probably refresh it right now, and maybe it'll refresh. Let's see how good it is. Nope. It'll refresh. $79 a month gets you access to that. We'll see how many more slots get put in there. If you want, that comes with the Trading 101 series, Employed Trader series, complete access to me. And who wouldn't want to talk to me? $500 a month gets you access to Paul's Super Shorts. That is the more exclusive tier. Get access to me too in there and Paul. $750 a month gets you a one-on-one session. I have a couple of them this week, actually. Those are a lot of fun. Man, I love the one-on-one sessions. One-on-ones are great. Curtis might be in here. He did a one-on-one session with me. He's doing very well now. If you want to do a real estate deal with Paul, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And if you've never done a deal in this market, don't end up like China, because that would suck. I just don't even know how miserable that would be. So, all right, guys, hit me with some stocks, and we keep rolling. Yeah, a bucket of baked beans. What else are you going to eat? You're just eating slop out of a bucket. Why don't we start with our daily dose of Alibaba, the hype stock. All right, so let's see here. It is just hovering right between moving averages. No surprise, volume is declining. No surprise there. We have earnings on Thursday. Everybody's shaking in their boots. God, know what I really hope happens? What I really hope happens is they report earnings, and the earnings are phenomenal, and the stock drops to $140. And it just smokes all of these hype dorks that are in this thing. Oh, God, I just hope that happens. A boy can dream. Smash the like button, please. So what I would like to see here is if we get some volume, this thing will open up. The red line will move to the top side. But in my opinion, I don't think you should touch this thing until earnings passes. Shopify. This is disruptive AF. All right, so where do we have here? All-time highs. It's hitting all-time highs. And what did that price go from? Okay. So this thing went from one day from 1510 to 1675. Do you think that's normal? Just a question. Let's see what a line chart looks like. I don't want area, I want line. All right, so expect this, especially because it's from all-time highs, expect this to come back down to about this 1560 area, if not this 1500 area. That's just what's going to happen. Yeah, that's it. All right. I pray it misses earnings and it's good. No, I pray it hits earnings because earnings are a crapshoot, as we know. So why don't we just let earnings happen and be really good, and the stock price gets hammered just like normally happens in this market? Wouldn't that be great? And then all the hype dorks, you were wrong on Alibaba. Okay, sounds good. All right. This is looking like a very nice pattern. W formation, W formation, W formation. So it's getting up into this overbought area. Very consistent volume, though. This is looking really good. Start taking profits at some point. I'm not saying do it now. Just get ready to maybe take profits. If this red line starts rolling like that, that's when I want you guys to just start taking profits, when the red line drops under yellow and goes from there. Maroon, type snap one more time and see what happens. I am not blind. I am just ignoring you. And I will not be doing snap today because you are spamming me, and I do not like being spammed. All right. Etsy. So Etsy, I love the volume that's moving in on here. So let's just get a, if you can continue this volume today and break out with an engulfing candlestick, I would tell you, as soon as you get to this level right here, whatever it is, 282, something like that, take profits right there. Make this a little swing trade. That's exactly what I would do. Come over here, make this a little swing trade, and do it in a way that you're using stops, because stops are going to be very, very important in this time. All right, what else do we have? Snap times 1,000 ET. That was a good one. Let's see. ATVI. This is the stock that dropped big time. Okay. If I remember correctly, I think I asked about this on the Thursday private live stream. Is there something that has to do with like sexual allegations and that's the reason for the fall in this company? Just type yes or no. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting the right company. Just wanted to make sure this didn't have to do with any financials, because I think I didn't know the reason I asked. So what's going to have to happen? And the reason that I ask that is because it might take a lot with that kind of news to get consistent volume in here. So please pay attention to the consistency of volume if you're going to do something here. It looks like they gained volume on Thursday and Friday, which is great. Made a nice engulfing candlestick on Friday. Yes. Okay. So that's good. So that's the only reason that I ask. I don't know what is going on. I really don't care. I just want you guys to look for consistency and volume, because this can certainly just be bouncing all over the place. The good news is, after that one gap, there have not been any gaps for the last 8 days. Even today, it's not going to gap. So that to me tells me maybe everything has settled down completely, and we will just roll on from there. PayPal, people have been asking like nobody's business about PayPal. So guys, I've been asked multiple times about a swing trade with PayPal or a long-term trade. You guys know the rules. Look where the stochastic is. There's no trade going on right now. Even over here, there's no trade going on over here. If you want to make a confident trade, you would need to wait for this thing to move into the sweet spot like it did here, and that's where you're going to get that little blip in a run. There's nothing here, guys. Is it going to fill the gap? More likely than not. But if you want to be more confident that you're going to make money, you have to be in the sweet spot with this. You have to wait for the trend. The trend is your friend, and we'll go from there. Thoughts on Plug? It's hitting an all AWL on 40. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that means. That must be hype dork talk, but I'll look at it anyways. 50%er. High, low, 50%, low, 50%. You're going to hit right here, and I guarantee you're going to fall back down, especially because you're getting in this overbought area. I bet this thing is going to roll down on you, and that's what's going to happen there. Next, sweet spot is key. Sweet spot is key. Okay, Baidu short. Let's check it out. BIDU. No. All right, look at this. Baidu short. We have an uptrend and we have an uptrend. I don't know what you're seeing short here. You got to watch the trading 101 series again. What's a good inflation bet? What brand are those glasses? Warby Parker. What inflation bet? Gold, JD. What's my thoughts on Pabrai selling Alibaba? I mean, yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's his choice. I don't think, I've just read about it. He moved over to another company. And if you look at what Charlie Munger did, he increased his position by, it was either 82 or 87%. So I'm not worried about what another investor does. Now, if I saw that Pubrai and Charlie came out and sold it, and they're not just going to sell something and not tell you the reason. That's not what they do, especially Pubrai. So he moved to another investment. He had $36 million that he sold. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of guacamole. All right, here's your 50%er with JD, high, low, and you're running into a resistance point here. So I do think that this is going to come back down. Pay attention to earnings. I'm sure it's this week. I'm sure it's like Thursday or Wednesday, 18th, Thursday. So be careful with that one. Do I ever buy gold? Yeah, I own a lot of gold. I own a very large position in gold. But yeah, Seth is right. We're going to ask Manish Pabrai when we interview him next month about, actually, less than a month from today. We're going to ask him what his rationale was behind that, and I'm interested to hear it. I'm sure he has his reasons. Okay, let's see. This is hitting a top, and it's going to more likely than not fill this gap, but I don't necessarily, well, maybe it is. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up a line chart. I just want to see what we got going on here on my weekly line. All right. So, this is a very big flagpole pattern. I could certainly see this thing falling back to this 134 area, which is the 100-day moving average. I don't think that you're going to go. I think you'll probably bounce around in here for a little bit, and this stochastic will come up here, then roll. And if you pay attention to the volume, look at that. It is just falling straight down. I mean, I wouldn't get in this for a long position. I think it's far too early to enter a long position here. Qualcomm. All right, next. Micron. What gold do I own? I own what do I own? GDX, GOLD, AU. Yeah, I don't own any physical gold. I don't really do that. To me, I don't know what you're going to do with a piece of physical gold. What am I going to do? Go to the barber shop and be like, "Hey, Carlo, I need a cut. Let me get my sharpest razor and shave you off four slivers of gold so you can cut my hair. And then if I'll give you 1/8 of a fifth sliver for a tip. Come on. I don't know what you're going to do with that. Let's see here. Micron. Yeah, Micron is definitely moving towards a sweet spot. I like it. You're over the 100-day moving average, moving towards the 200. You might be able to squeeze something out of this. Just be careful with it because you're facing a lot of resistance points in here. You're facing 1, 2, 3, and 4. But so it's going to be a little bit of a run for you, but we'll see. Okay. The Ron Swanson life. Touche. Tesla? Let's see. All right. What do we have here? So allegedly, I'm getting my Tesla this week. Allegedly. So W formation was created and then boom, it fell right through. And I told you it was going to come back down to right around $1,000 and it certainly did. I would not be surprised for this gap to fill and it come below around $900. But I don't know if that's going to happen in the immediate term. Now, with that being said, I do think that, guys, this is what happens when you get crazy reactions to stocks in just a few days. What can you do here now? I don't think I would short it, but I would take a peek over here, and as soon as this thing gets into the sweet spot, run it up, grab some shares, make some moolah. But if you really want to do something, throw it on a 15-minute chart and go make some money right there. Roku. I had a nice discussion with somebody on Instagram this weekend that said, he said, Mo, you don't get Roku. It's disruptive. Okay, sounds good. It's TV streaming. You don't get it. They're saving data. Oh, okay. I don't know what to say. He was a very nice person. I really enjoyed our conversation, but I said he was dead wrong. He said I was dead wrong, and here we are this morning. So Roku has hit a bottom. I think that they have more likely than not bottomed out. I think we'll probably start to turn at some point. You can already see that the daily stochastic down here kind of finished its tumultuous couple weeks, and it's going to start moving up. What I really need to see to make sure that's a confident statement is for this thing to run up as well. So That is that. All right, let's do Intel. So Intel is such a boring stock to trade. I just don't know why you guys like this one so much from a trading perspective. And I do know. I know you like the gaps. That's why you like it, of course. And you want the gap to fill. So we filled half the gap, and basically we filled this gap. I mean, this was a gap, but this is the gap that you guys really want to fill up to $55 a share, something in that realm. But guys, it's a downtrend right here. It's a downtrend right here. No, no, no. It's like Takembe Mutombo. No, no, no. Valet. Maybe it's like valet, like your ka. Pak ya ka and the haba. All right. Okay, so if you want to do something over here, here's your issue. Guys, look at the last month, basically. You've had so much selling volume. You've had so much buying volume. Oh my goodness, it's just all over the map. Nobody can pick a trend. Look at the strength, or rather the weakness of these candles. They're just dojis everywhere. You have really no engulfing candlesticks except one. Guys, I don't know. This is a very hard one for me to trade just because it's just so inconsistent. There's no consensus anywhere. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, Citigroup. Why don't we do a bank? A little bank. Okay, so Citigroup, it's just consolidating hard. It's just going to hover right in here. Even if you go $75 to $67, it hasn't been able to get out of there since summer. Really summer. This is about it. So, and it makes sense. You're just stuck right on your moving averages. No big deal. If you want to, wait for a nice engulfing candlestick day, run this thing up into these moving averages and see if you can push forward. Banks lead markets. Banks are going to lead this market, guys. I promise you it's going to happen. Even when everything's out of whack, banks lead the market. All right, fuel cell from a weekly stochastic. It looks really good. It's looking very good. What I do, I just wait for an engulfing candlestick like such and roll with it. It's looking very good. What about over here? We have a nice little run. So the thing that concerns me about fuel cell is when you get these 20% days. I mean, that's a big move, guys. 20% days, that's crazy. So you got to. That's why even when I traded that last week, Maroon, I accept your apology. I will do Snap for you now. Even when you get those 20% days, that it's just it makes me lose confidence in the stock because I know that it could drop 20% the next day, and I don't want to be involved in something like that. So I'll kind of go and grab it for a couple days, and then I want to bail before that happens there. So Maroon, thank you for apologizing. I'm sure you didn't mean to spam me. You know I don't like spam. Okay, what should we do here? So from a daily stochastic, I like it. And I think that we could probably move up to the $60 level. The only issue is right here. Very, very bad volume. Very bad volume. I want to be gaining volume before I enter this thing. And if you do get an engulfing candlestick, I think that's when you're going to get that's when you're going to get the volume. Who stole Michael Scott's blue jeans when he was a kid? It was the foreign exchange student that came and lived with him. What's my target price for Bitcoin? Maybe $1 trillion by the end of the year. Maybe. Big drop on CCL. What am I seeing that you're not seeing? Where's the pre-market price here? Okay, hold on. I'm not seeing it on the chart. Let's see what we got here. I don't see it. I guess if that's true, then we're going to have to wait and see what happens when the market is open. What's the big drop? I don't know. Next. NVIDIA. Let's do NVIDIA. This is going to be the pullback of all pullbacks. Similar to Tesla. That's exactly what's going to happen over here. Line chart. This is what's going to happen, guys. This has been an incredible run up. It's going to run down. It's going to come back to this 230, 240 level. And it's actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it came back to 220. That's a 100-day moving average. So get your oven mitts ready to short this thing and go from there. Bitcoin is already over $1 trillion. Oh, 14 billion trillion. How about that? What about continuing to short AT&T? So here's the issue I have. you got to play with stops here, because this is it's great. It's dog stock. It's just, I would short it below these lows. But when you make that short, make sure that you're playing with stops. That's just my only advice to you, what I would say there. What else? Oh, for the past week. Okay, let's go back to CCL and see what happened for the past week. Oh yeah, they've been beaten down a little bit. Lost quite a bit of percentages. But you see, it's interesting. Even though this is pulling back, this is an uptrend. So we're going to have to see what's going on there. Guys, smash the like button for me. Let's get this thing to 200 before I sign off. Or 250, whatever you want to do. If we can get 100,000 subscribers in a short amount of time, we can get 200 likes on this video. All right. So 50. This is still a 50%er. I would still just keep swing trading this thing. Try to swing it as close to 28 and 32 as you possibly can. 28, 32 as you can, and just keep rolling. Stochastic setup 1944 on my weekly stochastic. HPQ, why is it down? I don't know. HPQ, why is it down? Why is HPQ still going down? Did I type in the wrong stock here? Nope. Looks like it's going up to me. Next, Posh. Is this Poshmark? Poshmark. Okay, when did they go public? So they went public January 21st. So they're still not at. They're still not a year old. So I don't like them. I would still trade them just from a 15-minute perspective. What song tempo did Michael Scott use for CPR Dummy? Oh, I love that song. First I was afraid, I was petrified. J&J. Guys, do not test my office trivia. All right. J&J. So J&J has honestly just been consolidating for, look at this. With the exception of that little blip that they had, and I think this probably had to do with their COVID drug. If you just go back the whole year, they've just really been bouncing between 170 and 160, with the exception of moving to 180 for just a short time. So you can certainly swing trade this. It's bouncing right off the 100 and 200. You can certainly try to swing trade this when this turns back up to 170, but I would not go any further than that, just unless you start playing with heavy stops at that point. All right. Okay. Nope. The daily chart is 1033. And if you go into the Bid and Ask Nation, you get the video. Seth made a setup video of how to exactly 100% replicate my chart. So go and do that. Hype stocks getting crushed by inflation and high interest rates. That's okay. Just go buy Bitcoin. Whoa. What color was the Jello that was in? That was Dwight Stabler was in? It was yellow. When do you think the interest rates are going up? I think it's going to happen closer to 2022, the end of the year, or it's not going to happen in 2023. Coca-Cola. So Coke, the only fear I have is this gap right here and the fact that we are already decelerating on volume and starting to move down in price. So that is the only thing that I can have a concern here, and that we're getting up here on this long-term stochastic. I just don't like that. So yeah, that's the only thing. All right, next. I will do two more stocks, and I'm going to get out of here. I didn't even realize that it was 11:35. Let's do Target. 9:35, 11:35. Oh, Target's looking great. Swing trade this, guys. Let's see. Are we hitting all-time highs? I just want to make sure. Okay, so we are. So here's what I'm going to say. You can swing trade this and try to break through all-time highs, but you have to use stops. And do not be surprised if it hits right here and it just goes and it turns and goes straight down. Don't be surprised. Plus, we have earnings that are reporting probably tomorrow. I think that's tomorrow, so be careful there. Okay, Wednesday, so be careful there and move on. Next, let's do one more. Yeah, Seth's video for chart setup was excellent. I really enjoyed that, and he did a great job. Disney, please. Okay, Disney got slapped around a little bit. Let's see. I just want to see if we're hitting any resist. So we dropped. Are we here? Yeah. So we're basically sitting at this 157.13 support level. I would just wait for volume to turn, because if you look at the incredible amount of selling volume we've had the last 3 days, let that turn, let this bottom out, roll back up. I think this will more likely than not bottom out and roll back up. Remember, guys, you got a gap to fill. Disney's been my biggest mind blowing, and it's like my biggest mind F stock since COVID COVID started, they made all-time highs with losing 40% of their revenue or 45% of their revenue from all their parks. Now, when I say that, what am I trying to say here? What are they talking about? Now that they're getting revenue back, people are going to start going back into the stock. They're like, oh, they're back, baby. So go watch out for that one. How fast was Michael running when the traffic speed tracked him? Was it 41 or 31? 41 or 31. Because I remember Phyllis goes, wow, 13. And then the car goes by. And he's like, 31, 31. That's my number. I think it was 31. That was the car. That's my number. Beat it, Oscar. That's it, guys. I'm done for today. I'll see you guys back here in 23 and a half hours. A little less. Lucky for you. And we'll do it all over again. Bring me your questions. See you in the Bid and Ask Nation.
Thank you.